Okay, so I missed like almost basically 2 weeks of these vlogs, and it's not for lack of doing stuff. So it's been pretty hectic. I got out those. I finished those videos for that drink company. They came out pretty good. You can check them out right now. But yeah, so I've been kind of feeling like conflicted about doing some of these vlogs now because of the deal that like Google just signed to start promoting Israeli propaganda. It kind of just like makes me feel like I should take everything off of YouTube, and it's been kind of conflicting about whether or not I should actually even do these vlogs for that purpose and even have YouTube channels now. If it's not immediately obvious, I support a free Palestine, and I think it's a super important thing. And it's just, that was just like a really big thing. That whole Google deal is kind of like fucked up my thoughts about making this channel, making other content on YouTube, which is unfortunate because it's stuff that I really, really want to do and really want to make, and I just wouldn't know where else to post it at this point right now. Just even the content being shared to me is it's draining and it's taxing, and it's sometimes it's hard to just like spend day to day. Like I open Instagram and try to watch some like silly reels for fun, but it's becoming more and more content about like what's going on, the occupation and the erasure essentially of Palestine, and it's very difficult. Same with Congo and Yemen and all these things, and yeah, it's gotten to a point where like creators I admire and used to watch a lot haven't used their platforms to speak about anything really other than what they've been doing, and to a certain degree and to a certain extent, I kind of feel like creating entertainment is always going to be important. People are always going to need to look at the bright side of life, look at the good parts of humanity, but I think avoiding it to stay neutral is stupid, and I think it's just like inappropriate and horrible. And I think even I've had a lot more opportunity to say things than I have and share things that I have, but I feel like I haven't done enough, and I don't know what to do, but this whole thing with Google and Israel has been like a huge, at least for me, it's coming off as like I don't even know if this is worth doing. I guess aside from that, like I have just like I guess an update over the last 2.5 or so, I guess 3 weeks now. So I finished that branding stuff. I've got a few corporate edits to do for that PR company I work with semi-regularly. They've hit me up for a large campaign, so there's going to be a few shoots for that, and then a few edits for existing content to like be cut down. So it's going to be a reasonably nice sized project for the rest of the year. I had to renew my driver's license and health card so that I can go get some vaccinations for a documentary I'm going to be shooting in Antigua at the end of October. I'm going to be shooting like a comedy promo, another music video, and one of the short films that I was supposed to be doing got pushed back to next year to try to find more funding. The other one is still on schedule, but I've added a music video and a comedy promo because people reached out to me for those things, and it's kind of nice. In terms of the branding stuff, like I just showed you the mock ones, and I'm happy with the way they came out, and I've tried to make sure that I didn't include people's faces because there was no budget, and I didn't want them to get the impression that like I'm going to be able to pull actors out of anywhere if there's no budget. But I do think it would be nice to have some with actual actors and talent to do certain things and to create something that's more like a commercial, so that it can help my reel. So I reached out to a clothing company, is like a clothing brand that's made by a friend of mine, and hopefully I get to make some mini commercials for them. Yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from that. But that's all the stuff I have really lined up right now, and I'm not as excited to make this video because of the things I just said, and I do think it's important for me to help keep track of what I'm doing. But I guess the last thing that I forgot is that I haven't been writing as much. I have been writing, but not the quantity I've set out. I did some math about 2 weeks ago. At the time, there was about 105 days of the year left. Now it's like probably like 90 or 85 or something like that. I don't know when the video is going to come out, but my math did work out that I needed to do like 130 days of work. That's if I did one thing a day. So if I try to combine, like I need roughly 80 days, I assume, if I can write a certain amount of pages and words for my book and my scripts a day to finish both of those things. And the reality is it's probably not gonna happen at the pace that I'm going right now. I'm not writing as much as I should, and part of it is like I guess news fatigue, awareness fatigue, and part of it is just procrastination. Procrastination. I think sometimes I look for things to occupy my time when I know I should be writing. Like even right now, like I woke up this morning and my plan was to sit down and write some pages, but then I changed my mind. I thought I should make this video because the daunting feeling of not having made a vlog that I committed to is there. But talking about what we're talking about is it's just, it is what it is. I don't know if I should continue these. I feel like they were helpful and they're helpful for me, and I think they're helpful for other people, but I don't know if I'm gonna move them somewhere and move like my whole channel somewhere else. So I hope I figure out how I feel about other stuff soon enough. What do I need to do? What can I do? I think it's also very important that people, not just like creators that have platforms to speak about certain topics do that, but I think it's also important that people in the media space do that. I have a camera, I have microphones, and I should be going out and I guess doing more journalistic things, and maybe that's what I should be putting some effort into. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing. No, I know what the right things to do are. I just don't know which part of it is going to come from me. I don't have a journalistic outlet, but I have a camera, so maybe I can go get the content and then figure out where it can go after. But yeah, the world's kind of fucked up, and I'm making a video in my living room. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Sorry if it wasn't exciting or fun. It was probably gonna do shit worse than the other ones, but yeah. If I do keep the channel, I'll probably start talking about how many words I've done or how many pages I've done, because I think that's like a nice little check-in. So maybe that's the next step. So maybe next week I'll tally up how many words I've written and how many pages I've written and go from there if we're still here. Thanks for watching.